What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. You can see we've changed up formation for today's episode. I spoke a little bit about in yesterday's episode or earlier on's episode. I can't remember if I double uploaded or not. I spoke a little bit about changing the team and changing the kind of the way things are going and trying different things in Division 1. If this all fails, I'll simply go back to the 4-3-2-1, get a team that I know I'm comfortable with and go back into FUT Champions with that. But I definitely wanted to give it a test out. I wanted to try a few different things here just to see if I could find a bit more of an edge. And it's actually, it's relevant to a question that we've got for one of today's videos. And we'll actually start off with that question. But before we get into that, thank you guys for being here first and foremost. I really appreciate the support. If we could drop a thumbs up on the video, that would be absolutely epic. And I know there's no face cam right now, as you saw that I've sold Pogba, sold Bellerin and sold Dembele. I explained in the last video and it was true for the video before, and I don't think so for the next video because I think the next video is going to be rewards, but there's just a lot of crap in my background right now to the point where I can't, it's just the camera just looks terrible with the camera on, and OPR, we don't mind, NepentheZ, we don't mind, show the camera, but just for my own personal peace of mind, I can't do it. So no face cam just for this video. Next video should be the rewards. And it will be face camming back up in here. But the first question I'm going to read out today is from Alex Keir. It says, "Hey Net, wondered if you could give me some advice. I'm a semi-decent FIFA player, but by no means elite level. I find myself constantly going from Division 3 to Division 2 without any success reaching Division 1. How did you get yourself to a high level of playing? Is it just a matter of practice makes perfect? Cheers, dude." So there's like a few things. First of all, like, Division 3 to Division 2 is solid. Like, you're one of a very small group of people. There's no like data or any kind of like documentation on how many people are in each division in Ultimate Team, but there is for clubs and for seasons, like head-to-head seasons, and it's a very small percentage that are able to make it to 3, 2, and then Division 1 is like a ridiculously small percentage. I'll be intrigued to see what that's like in Ultimate Team. Now, this first game we played as well, by the way, you can see by the celebrations and stuff, it was so laggy. Like, I'm recently, I'm not one to make excuses. I try and like sit there and take responsibility for my losses and try and analyze where I went wrong and how I could get better. But this game was just another level of, oh my god, how the hell are we supposed to play in this? Like, obviously my opponent was experiencing the same issues as well. But it was absolutely unplayable for the entire game. And you'll see again. Look at that. I'm trying to defend there. The game lags. What can I do? What can I do? Look at that. Look at by it. Oh man, I'm 4 seconds behind because of the lag. It's really frustrating. But hey ho, it is just a game. So yeah. Anyways, you're in Division 3 and Division 2. You're already, in my opinion, an elite player. And Division 3 and Division 2 standard division players should easily be able to qualify for FUT Champions. And I would say that you'd easily get into Gold 2 or Gold 1 in FUT Champs if you're D2, D3 standard, which is awesome. In order to push yourself to the next level, how did I do it? A few things. I did it by looking at what was broken in a game-to-game basis, and I mean game-to-game in like FIFA 15 to 16, 16 to 17, and trying to incorporate it into my game. And that's not always the easiest thing. For example, last year, I used and abused shielding like you wouldn't believe. But this year, I've just never tried to do it, yet it's OP as hell. So definitely a way that I could still improve is by finding the best time and the most relevant time to use the shielding button to the best of my ability, whilst also incorporating it into everything else that kind of allows me to be as good as I am. And I like you, I'm not for 1 second suggesting that I'm a super player or anything like that. I know I'm above average, like my FUT Champions record has shown that. But the best thing to do is to find what's broken in this game and incorporate it into your gameplay. You know, the low driven shot is broken, the shielding is broken, the certain like passing techniques are broken, and I mean that in a sense like the way you pass. Like there's a passing method in this game for the formation that I use, and this is where it's difficult to address stuff like this because it is literally contextual to what's going on in your game at the time. But for me, there's a very strong passing method that you'll see me score from a lot that is really overpowered. And what it is breaking down the right hand side. Usually the pass sequence goes something like the right back to the right centre mid, the right centre mid to the right winger getting up to around the edge of the box, turning around, passing it back into the right centre mid, who passes it over to the striker, who then passes it over to the left forward, who had, look, you're actually seeing it on screen now. Boom, there you go. I actually took the shot with Matic, but usually I would pass that one more time to the left forward and then take the low-driven shot across play. And you'll see a lot of my goals are scored like that. And the reason why a lot of my goals are scored like that is because for some reason it drags the defence out of position. And it's not me being more skilled than my opponent. It's literally a broken game mechanic. It's something that he couldn't possibly defend against. Now, this guy actually had a full Arsenal team and he gave me one hell of a game, right? I ended up going down late on. I pulled it back to 2-2. But you can see like the amount of gameplay you watch me, and one thing I want to do is like start showing a lot more full games so you can really get an idea of what I do, when I do it, how often I do it, and what's successful, because I'm unsuccessful in many things in FIFA. You know, I try so many things and I'm like, damn it, I tried that again and it still doesn't work. But because it's in my instincts to play that way, I still do it. So basically the way to become a better player is learning what's broken and what's overpowered, incorporating it into your game to be natural instinct rather than to try and actually think, okay, I need to do this. Because when you try and force it, it doesn't work. It needs to come naturally. And also eradicating the silly things that you do that are instinctual that don't work in FIFA. You know, I watch a couple of the pros play quite a lot. Dr. Jabba and Bruce Granick specifically are notorious for this. Is like crazy possession play on the edge of the box. And I know that they're better than me, and I know that they are pro players and they can go 40-0 and they get the best rewards, and I'm in no position to be giving advice to someone who's better than me. However, because of what I know in this game, and even if I can't translate that into my actual skill, but because of what I know in this game, there are instances where these guys could use something that I do to benefit their game. And that's simply the low-driven shot from specific angles. What I saw when I watched Bruce Granick play, and I love Bruce, by the way. Like I've got a good relationship with Bruce. I speak to him a lot back in the day. We used to play a fair bit of FIFA back in the day, and I've met him a few times at Gamescom events and stuff. And he's an absolute G. Like honestly, I've got nothing but respect for Bruce. When I was watching him play his 40 and 40 run a couple weekends ago, he uses left trigger, right trigger dribbling, which is another OP thing in this game. It's something that I haven't quite mastered yet. I'm okay with it. I can get around defenders and tackles with it, but I haven't mastered it yet. He uses it to the point where he will be on the edge of the box and he'll face up dribble and he will have a perfect opportunity to hit a low driven shot into the corner that, in my experience, 9 times out of 10 will go in, and he will turn around and pass it back because he looks for the not 9 out of 10 goal, he looks for the 10 out of 10 goal. He looks for that guaranteed, you know, goal to shot kind of opportunity. And in that instance, I see these like incredible FIFA players, and I still think that they could do more and be better. So for me, as I say, just to recap again, learn what's broken in the game. Add what's broken in the game to your gameplay naturally. Don't force it. Make it a natural thing. And remove what doesn't work in your game to basically come on as a better player. And this goal I just scored there again, it's exactly the same goal. It's my right back into my right centre mid, my right centre mid into the centre of the park, and then the centre of the park down to the left wing. And you'll see it here again. I go across the midfield. Kante picks up the loose ball here. I'm still going across the midfield. It took me a while to get there. I get into the middle and then wait for the run. And that's how it works all the time. It's passing across, back and forth across the face of the box until one of your players makes that run that you need. And because of the way you're passing, the defence gets pulled all over the place to allow that easy run through that then allows you to put the through ball in and get that low-driven cross-body shot. As I say, I'm sure I could improve on this. I know I can improve on this. I know I can be better still. And the left trigger, right trigger dribbling is definitely one of those ways to be better. But for you to get better, just do exactly what I'm saying. Learn what's broken, apply it to your game, remove things that don't work out of your game, but don't force it. You've got to, and the best way to learn to not force it is doing exactly what I'm doing here. Try new things in a game setting that isn't actually that important. For me, this year, FUT Champions is everything. So when I go into a Division 1 game, sure, I want to win the game. Sure, I want to win the division. And sure, I want to beat every opponent I come up against to give myself that feeling of, okay, this is working. And yes, I'm better than this person. But in Division 1, I don't actually care if I lose. Like, it's not the end of the world because it doesn't change anything. Like, the rewards in divisions are crap. The record, like, you know, your overall record is only really important as to what you've done in FUT Champs, not what. Like last year, how many D1 titles you've won, how many, you know, what's your record in divisions. This year, no one cares. It's where did you finish in FUT Champs last week, last month, so far? How many wins do you get on average each week? No one cares about your division's record or anything. So yeah, I'd say just go into divisions and experiment. And if like the best way to get to learn how to do something, even though I said don't force it, what I mean is force it until it's natural. Don't I don't know, it's hard to explain, but if you've got to learn low driven shots, if you're trying to learn them, literally take every shot as a low driven shot, even when you know that the low driven shot isn't the best method to score. Take it anyway, because then you'll learn what happens with those shots. For example, one of the ways that I constantly score is by putting myself in a position, like where this guy is now with Robin. I would do a low driven shot across goal there, knowing that I would get a rebound goal, right? Because that's just how it works. If sometimes you're in positions where you can't score, but you still hit that shot because you know that the keeper's going to parry that out, it's going to fall to one of your attackers, and you're going to pop it in the back of the net. And that's just how the game goes. So good luck, dude, and let me know how you get on. Tamim Kaswen. Let me try that again. Tamim Kasaune. I believe I got that right. If you're on PC, it's a real struggle to make coins, as there is only 250,000 items listed max, and bronze stuff just does not sell. But for example, gold rare contracts sell for 700 coins insta-sell. Does that mean that it could be a viable option to open gold packs to make coins and sell the half-decent players every now and then? Would like to hear your thoughts. I don't ever really think gold pack method is a viable way to make coins. There's just too much stuff that isn't valuable for you to get. However, it's interesting that you say if a gold rare contract insta-sells for 700 coins, that means bronze rare contracts have a value 100%. On console right now, especially on Xbox, the gold rare contracts are 250 coins on average, 300 coins if you're lucky, 400 coins if you're just coming up against a lazy buyer that just needs to buy your contracts, and 200 coins if you're good at sniping. The bronze contracts don't sell. If the gold contracts are that expensive, people will spend 150 to 200 coins on the bronze contracts, meaning that the bronze contract method and therefore the bronze pack method is indeed worth it, in my opinion. Adam Brodredge. Great name. Why isn't you using Costa? Sorry for bad English. I am using him in these games actually, and I've been trying him out a lot. The reason why I'm not particularly using him and probably won't take him into FUT Champions is he's just, for my playstyle, he's just not good enough. I had a little conversation with a few people on Twitter yesterday or the day before. I tweeted out that what my weekend league was going to be. And people came back to me suggesting that I should, basically like why waste the coins on Costa if I'm not going to play him? Well, I spent the money on Costa because I wanted to try him, and he's not good enough. So I'm not going to force myself to use someone who's not good. And it ties in with the previous question about how to get better. Don't force yourself to use players that you want to be good just because you like them, or you spent money on them, or you spent time acquiring them, if you've got another player in your club that is far, far better. Like, what's the point of me using Costa at striker when I struggle to score with him when I've got Lacazette sat there? It just doesn't make sense. As I say, it ties into what that guy was saying. Like, don't force things, man. Like if you've got like Jesse Rodriguez for me last year was amazing, and so I played him a lot. People are like, oh, you've got the coins to buy this guy or that guy or this guy. Why? Why would I buy them when Jesse Rodriguez does the perfect job for me? There's no reason to improve on what's already working. It goes back to the old adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, if for me, if Lacazette is the thing that's working, Why change it? Interestingly enough, I'm looking to change it here because I want something better than Fekir. I want to fit Walcott into the team. It's just whether or not Walcott is actually going to be relevant for me or not. But that's why I'm not using Costa. Philip Clifton says, I know it's early, Net, but who do you think will win Player of the League, Player of the Month? Oh, sorry, the Premier League Player of the Month for December. I'm thinking it might be Sanchez. It might be Sanchez. It might well be Costa again. He started off really well. I think there's a couple of the Liverpool boys that started off pretty good. Adam Lallana is having a good month so far. There are plenty right now, plenty players that could quite comfortably win Player of the Month. I would love it, absolutely love it, to be Alexis Sanchez. Honestly, a 91 or 92 rated Player of the Month Alexis Sanchez would be right up my alley. He would be the striker for me that would stay in my team forever. And I think I was chatting to like a few of the boys last night about this. Right now, Hazard, there's no reason to get Hazard out of my team. He's just perfect. He's clinical. He could be any defender, legend defenders, high-rated defenders, doesn't make any difference. I've also got Theo Walcott in the team, who I really, really enjoy as well. Once I find that striker that just clicks for me, there won't be much changing my attack. It's just, you know, we're looking to build the best team to take into FUT Champs to get the best results. And there, you know, why change something that works? As I say, again, it ties into what we've been saying. Why change something that works? I had a bad run in Division 1 here as well, guys. You can see here, with 3 games remaining, I've only got 10 points, 3-1 and 3. It's not the best record, and I found it interesting because I walked Division 2, 8 wins in a row, no question about it. It was super easy for me. But for some reason in Division 1, I was struggling. I was just struggling. I wasn't putting my chances away. Was it because I was using Costa? Was it because I tried the 4-1-2-1-2? Was it because I had a few players that I'd never used before in a team? Maybe it was all of those things, but also maybe it was none of those things. Maybe I'm just not, not a Division 1 winning caliber of player. But this is what I was saying to you guys. I got a really good record at one point. I think I was like 400 and something wins to like 110 losses. Now I'm 400 and something wins to like 140 losses, and it sucks. It sucks going down from like a 3.8 win ratio to a 3 win ratio. But it's all in the name of bettering my FUT Champs, kind of results. I'll take 5 losses in Division 1 10 times in a row if it means that what I've learned gets me 35 wins in FUT Champs. You know, that's the kind of aim for me. Cam Jones says, Net, do you think that Rooney will get an SBC card when he breaks the United and BPL goal scoring records? I don't know. They gave Buffon, I didn't think that they'd give Buffon the 600 game one because I didn't think they had rights to the Calcio A. However, they gave it to him. It took them months to get it out. It literally took them like 6 weeks after he broke the record to get it out. But they got it out, and here we are. We have it. What they've got to be careful of is setting a precedent of what records they give SBC cards to and who gets them. Because if they say, okay, Rooney's broken the record for United and BPL goals, we'll give him a special card. Well, every time Lionel Messi scores, he breaks the record for Barcelona goals. So why doesn't he get a card? Why doesn't Ronaldo get a card for all the records that he's broken? There are so many records that so many elite players break literally week on week that they can't possibly give record. They can't just start handing out SBC cards for anything. I think what Rooney might do will be a huge achievement, a huge achievement, and almost definitely worth an SBC card. But the reason why I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't one is because I know EA wouldn't want to set themselves in a precedent to the point where they struggle to keep up with the demands of records being broken and players needing special cards. Interestingly enough, regarding SBCs as well, EA started off the game so well where we used to get an SBC every day. Sometimes 2 a day. We'd get special players. We'd get the special league ones, the League and Nation ones, the League and Nation hybrids. We get that really difficult one like the 9 League, 7 Nation one. We got some really tough SBCs, some good ones with good rewards, and we used to get daily SBCs of just random stuff for random rewards, and they just seem to have stopped. All we seem to get now is marquee matchups on Thursdays. We seem to get a legend item once a month. It was a player twice and then it was a kit. So at the start of January or whenever the next legend item is due to be dropped, it might just be another legend kit. It could be the away kit instead of the home kit. They don't really drop any anymore. They did a few things for the Movember cards. They did 3 loan players for the Movember cards. They're just, in my opinion, they've got such a massive opportunity to capture everyone in Ultimate Team, because what happens when a squad builder challenge comes out is people dump money into packs to get the players to fulfill the squad building challenges, or because that they know they need coins to buy players to fill. Like if you've got 300,000 coins and you want to complete Costa SBC and you need another 150,000 coins, what are you going to go and do? You're going to go and buy some packs, get what you get in the packs, sell it all on until you've got the coins for the Costa, and there you go. So it's a win-win for EA. Every time they drop an SBC, they make money from it. They make from it. They benefit. They generate revenue every SBC that they put into the game, and it keeps people playing the game and coming back to the game every day at 6 PM. I check FIFA to see if there's a new squad building challenge out. I'm sure I'm not the only one, and they've never had anything like that other than Team of the Week Wednesdays. They've never had anything where people are like, let me go check FIFA, let me go check FIFA, let me go check FIFA. They need to utilise the fact that their user base is willingly checking their game every day rather than playing this game or that game, and they need to make the most of it and just generally do better. We need more. What I'm saying is we need more SBCs. Adam Atkins says, why did you buy Inform Cerner, but now you have him red, you don't use him? And that's an interesting question. I don't really know. Obviously, I bought Inform Cerner, I used him a lot, I sold him, I packed the red Cerner. I don't have him on my bench because I have other better options on the bench, pretty much. So, not that he's bad or anything, I favour attacking players over defensive players, and that's probably going to end up haunting me at one point in FUT Champs, where I'm like, holy crap, I really wish I had Dario Cerner to put on the team right now. I could use him, and I'm sitting there staring at Manny, Walcott, Sterling, and 3 other wingers, and then Costa, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm screwed. I'm sure that's going to happen, but I don't really know. Luca Moyne says, can you do a house tour? I would really appreciate it. Eventually I will do, yeah, just not right now. You can see that we end up holding Division 1. Not the most ideal of things to do. Nearly got relegated, got 2 rage quits late on, which was very nice. Our season's record is alright, 62 wins, 9 draws, 12 losses, but that's only after 2 Division 1 runs. Like, I would want to revisit this after 10 Division 1 runs and see where we really stand at that point, because right now, it looks good because I've got the backing of Division 10 through Division 2, where we only took like 4 losses the entire journey. So I won't really pay too much mind to my division's record right now. James Cap says, hey Nep, do you think that there will be more of the squad builder challenges like Hybrid Nations that you can make easy coins from released in the rest of FIFA? Great work, love the content. Yeah, I believe so. I don't know the schedule for EA, when they do it, how they do it, what they do. They're just, as I say, like they're the only things they're super consistent with is the date that they release Player of the Month and the marquee matchups. Everything else they seem to be super inconsistent with. We don't know when, what, how, where, why. And as just explained, I would love to see more. By the way, this is the team that I finished the Division 1 run with. As I said to you guys, I'm happy to try things because I know I can switch back to something that works. I switched back to this team with Lacazette and Fekir, the 4-3-2-1 and such, and I ended up getting those 2 wins in a row to save me in Division 1, basically. Liam Child says, hey Neb, I currently have Kante and Matic as my midfield, but I'm not sure who to buy for my 3rd CM. I was hoping you could provide some beneficial advice to which CM, preferably under 30k, I should buy. I mean, Wayne Rooney's a great shout. I don't use him. By the way, this game that you're seeing here, this is me against Manny. You guys know FIFA Manny, is Toe Jizzle's brother. He hit me up, wanted to see if I wanted a game. Obviously, I played Bateson and Marshall on this account a few days ago, and I thought, you know what, let's try it. Manny's a fantastic player. He's got an incredible team. I want to test myself against these players because I really want to grow as a FIFA player so that I can improve in FUT Champs and never have the excuse of, oh, but I lost to a top 100 guy with a super team. I want to learn to beat these super players with super teams with my team, so that I can do the best that I can do in FUT Champs. And Manny is a great player, and this was a really fun game, really open game that I ended up losing because I'm bad at FIFA. I mean, you've basically got. If I was in your position, I would go with either Wayne Rooney or Firmino, however you want to say his name. That's personally what I would go with. Drew AMG says, Nep, can we try playing each other on FIFA? I've been on a big losing streak, and most are all undeserved. I just need to relax, and you can really help. Just respond or say it in the next Road to Glory episode. If so, much appreciation. Definitely something that I'm interested in doing, dude. Definitely something I'm interested in doing. I'm interested in, like, as you're seeing here with me playing against a few other YouTubers every now and then on these episodes. I would definitely love to play against the viewers as well, and just have games against you guys, you know. Just, it would be fun to test me and where I'm at versus you guys, your teams, and when you're at. So yeah, definitely something that we could potentially do in the future. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.